Friends, I want to thank you for listening to the Frederick Kennedy Show. And today I'm just going to look at a little thing that's happened to us during the coronavirus pandemic, the scare, the whole thing. Now, what I'm emphasizing today is that you and I need to stay alert. We need to stay focused. We need to look closely at what's happening around us because there is a tremendous amount of information and there's a tremendous amount of disinformation and there's a tremendous amount of propaganda. But in the middle of that is the truth, and we have to look at that closely because we as Americans must protect ourselves. So what I'm saying here is that, the president, thank God, every day is on the TV and telling us what he knows. Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx, the Surgeon General. And then we have this press corps that seems to not do its homework, doesn't do any research. To me, as I watch the press corps, all I can see is a lot of people who sat around all day doing nothing, and then they wait for the president to talk, and then they react. It's so simple to react, to criticize, to editorialize, to give antagonistic responses, to question, and to cast aspersions against whatever another person has to say. That requires no work, it requires no homework, it requires no effort. These reporters, and I'm noting that these are not the mainline reporters, these are second and third tier, and even college graduate reporters attending the president's press conference. That's how little respect, that's how little regard MSNBC, CBS, AP, Reuters, and the like more, CNN, have for the President of the United States of America. Now, let me emphasize that word, the President of the United States of America. I don't care whether it's Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Harry Truman, Dwight David Eisenhower, Richard Nixon, Kennedy, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Carter, Clinton, even Obama. This is the President of the United States of America. And I want to make a comment there because, I used to watch the press conferences, and when George Bush or any Republican got in, the reporters they stood up, or they didn't stand up, or they stayed seated, or they were forced to stand up, or they were very, very passive resistance. Now, when Barack Hussein Obama was elected president of the United States, I watched and I'm going to use the racial term here, the white press corps jump up and put their hands by their side in an attitude of attention. It reminded me of my first grade class in PS7 in the Bronx of New York, when we were told to stand up when the teacher entered the room. We stood up at our desk, we put our arms to our side, we folded our hands into a little bit of a fist, and we stood with our heads erect, and we stood there until the teacher got to the desk, and we said, "Good morning, Miss Benjamin," or "Good morning, Miss Moran." By the way, it was a lot of female teachers. Or "Good morning, Miss Erb," and so Miss Farley. These are all actual teachers. And then I saw these white Americans jump up, put their hands to the side, fold their hands underneath, and stick up their chest and say, "Good morning, President Barack Obama." It was childish. It was a throwback to when I was 7 years old. It was embarrassing to me. And I see the reverse of that. Today, people sit in their chair, they don't stand up, they don't respect the president. Donald John Trump, our beloved and duly elected president, as black, conservative, patriot reminds us, is our duly elected and legal elected president of the United States of America. That phrase, President of the United States of America, should strike awe, should strike respect, should strike pride in the heart of every American citizen voter. And I think it does for a great majority. And the President of the United States of America also strikes pride and awe and dignity and honor in the heart of many people who have come here through immigration and have become citizens of the United States of America. And I would even go so far as to say that President of the United States of America strikes awe and respect and honor and dignity in the hearts of everyone, whether they're legal or illegal. These good folk, you know, I'm not these good folk honor the President, the office of the President of the United States of America. Why? Because Donald John Trump and his predecessors represent you and me. When the press corps disrespects Donald John Trump, they disrespect you and they disrespect me. When the press corps mock Donald John Trump, they mock you and they mock me. When the press corps calls into question the honesty, the integrity, and the veracity of Donald John Trump, they call into question your honesty, your veracity, and your dignity. This is what it's all about. This is a class warfare, The elitists, so they proclaim themselves to be. The globalists, so they proclaim themselves to be. The progressives, so they proclaim themselves to be. The liberals, so they proclaim themselves to be. These people are at war against you and me. Who are we? We are hardworking, loyal, and faithful citizen voters of the United States of America. And we treasure our country, we treasure our rights, we treasure our Constitution, we treasure our president, we treasure our right to freedom of voting and freedom of express and freedom of assembly and freedom of expression and freedom of political activity and freedom and many freedoms to vote as we will. And these freedoms are under attack, my dear friends. They are under attack. The leftist, progressive, Democrat, communist, socialist wing of the Democrat Party, and I would suggest that it might even not be a wing, it may be the entire Democrat Party. They are attacking us, and they want to suppress us. They want to say, stay at home, do not come out. They want to say, do not assemble. They want to say, do not go to worship. They want to say, do not have gatherings of more than 6 people. They want to say, if you do any of these things, we will arrest you. We will fine you. We will punish you. You are naughty. Bad Republicans. Bad citizens. Bad Americans. Bad voters. And they will punish you and slap you on the wrist and put handcuffs on you and drag you in front of a magistrate who was appointed by Barack Hussein Obama. And that magistrate appointed by Barack Hussein Obama will send you to prison, will fine you, will take away your house and your guns and your rights and your freedom and your religion and incarcerate you because the globalist intention is to suppress and to dominate and to destroy the American spirit. You, my dear friends who are listening to this, and you, my dear friends who listen to Black Conservative Patriot, and you, my dear friends who listen to Don Bongino, and you, my dear friends who are Christians, you have courage, you have strength, you have faith, you have hope, and you are not going to be dominated and destroyed and suppressed, and you're not going to let anybody have you bow down onto the ground, put your face into the mud, and have their boot on your neck. You're not going to allow that. It's not going to happen in America. The famous flag, I think, of New Hampshire is, don't tread on me. And as a snake, willing to bite the leg of anyone who dares to put their boot on our neck. And so we will not tolerate this. Now, how do we defend ourselves? We defend ourselves by supporting Donald John Trump. How do we do that? By supporting his Secretary of State, by supporting Mnuchin, by supporting Kudlow, by supporting Pompeo, by supporting the Vice President Trump, Vice President Pence, Vice President Pence, by supporting Donald J. Trump, and by staying steadfast and loyal and continuing to fight against those who would intend to destroy us, because we're not going to be destroyed. We're not going to allow that to happen. That's not going to happen to us. And so, tune into Twitter. Tune into the President Trump's on the internet. Tune into his broadcasts. There's a whole thing about the Trump Nation. Right now, the president is not able to have mass rallies, although I think it is the president's intention in maybe September and October to have those wonderful Trump rallies. The 40,000 people, 50,000 people gathered together in order to have strength in numbers. Please, my friends, do not give up on the Trump rallies. Do not despair of the Trump rallies. Do not abandon the Trump rallies. The Trump rallies is our strength. They know who we are. They have identified our strength, and they are using this accidental virus, this serendipitous virus. They're using this happenstance to solidify their solid wall, their solid brick wall, their solid stone wall of opposition against us, and to erect a wall against us, not erect a wall against the enemy, not erect a wall against the illegal immigrant, not erect a wall against the drug dealer, not erect a wall against the child trafficker, not erect a wall against those who would subvert our government, but they want to erect a wall so that you and I cannot express and protect ourselves. And we must oppose that. And Donald John Trump, our beloved president, is the man who we need to support. Now, my dear friend, Black Conservative Patriot, I don't have a clip of that. I don't have my friends, I don't have a staff. I don't have 7 people around me. I don't have a video camera. I don't have a studio. I don't have money. I'm not asking you for money. I mean, I would love you. I mean, if the thousands, and I have thousands of followers, if those thousands of followers were to send me $5 each, I would have enough money to run this podcast for 2 years. 2 years. And I don't have a venue for that. I don't have a website for that. I really am anxious not to ask you for money. Although, my dear friends, I have supported many dozens upon dozens of courses at $5 a clip. Because my opinion is, if 100,000 or 500,000 or 1 million people send $5, if 1 million people send $5 to their favorite cause, that means that cause has received $5 million. Now, that's not going to go into, hopefully, and prayerfully, that's not going into the pocket of the leader. That's going to extend the ministry. And so when I do Faith, Hope, and Courage ministry, one of my ministries here on the Sprecher, whether it's the Frederick Henry Show, I have tens of thousands of followers already, and praise God for that. But let's just say 10,000. If 10,000 people were to decide to send me $5, that's not a big deal, $5, I would have $50,000. I could carry on this ministry for the next 3 years. 3 years. Wonderful. Now, I'm not asking for that. I don't even have a website. I don't have a PayPal. Several of you have written to me, say, get a website. Several of you have written to me, get PayPal. We want to contribute. I got it. I'm so anxious and worried. I don't want people to think that I do this for money. I don't. I do this for love. And what do I love? I love the United States of America. I love the people of the United States of America. I love the President of the United States of America.